éxito de la carrera, porque combinó oportunismo con la habilidad.
Entusiasmo en el equipo tras los resultados de la Fórmula Latina. Formuleros, se unió a nosotros un piloto que ya marcó historia en Fórmula 1, el primer piloto chino en la máxima categoría. Zhou Guanyu de Alfa Romeo se unió a los formuleros para hablar justamente de cómo fue su llegada, cómo abrió el camino para llegar a la máxima categoría, cómo ha sido ser compañero de Valtteri Bottas, un poco de sus gustos, hablamos un poco de todo, así que bueno, ojalá que les guste esta conversación con Joe, que además también respondió sus preguntas. Joe, how are you? Welcome to Fórmula Latina. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, very well, and ready for the race weekend. All good.
I would like to start this conversation by asking you, how is the correct way to pronounce your name? Because it's a common interest between our listeners, because, you know, we hear it differently everywhere. Joe, Show. So can you explain us how we should call you?
I would say Zhou Guanyu because obviously Zhou sounds like very English name, but it's actually the way how we pronounce my name in Chinese. So people call me Zhou in China. So yeah, I just want it that way. It's quite simple and it just sounds the same, you know. So Zhou Guanyu is the perfect one.
Zhou Guanyu, perfect. There you go. Okay, now you're the first and as so far the only Chinese driver to compete in Formula One. How has been the challenge of being the only one?
It was very tough journey to get here, that's for sure. Of course, I think the most difficult part is that we don't have like a pre-Formula One driver in the past, and also we don't have any manufacturing. It's owned by Chinese company, so everything has to be done individual from my side and my team, also my family. So that's I think the biggest challenge for us. You have to choose the obviously the right ladder for karting F4 all the way to F1. So, and now of course you have to perform, and we have to train it very hard since a kid moving out of my home country to be able to compete with the best young drivers and to be learning, improving. So that's definitely the toughest part about this journey. But I'm just so happy that this dream never give up. Since the very beginning. So we are here.
Because yeah, now that you mention it, young drivers will have your example, no? They can follow your footsteps, but you needed to plot your own path into Formula One. And we can compare these stories with also Latin American drivers, no? Far from Europe and in the need to move if they want to achieve their dreams as you did.
Yeah, exactly. I think countries like for me in China, also for the Latin Americans, it's very similar in a way because of course now you guys have a lot more drivers, but for me there was not a perfect way or perfect exemption I can be following, extracted. So a lot of decisions are made by ourselves, and this definitely going back to it. There's some wrong decisions we did, but it's part of this journey. And there's of course some good ones. That's why we are here. And yeah, it's definitely, let's say, a risky one. That every decision you made, you don't know how this will be affect in the long term. But overall, I think what's most important is just try to always do your best and trying to obviously winning races, fighting for championship since a very young kid in every category, and then let's say the top team or Formula One team can see your name and see you shine as a category. Then you have a chance, putting a foot into Formula One.
Was it always your dream to become an F1 driver, or there were any other interests?
Not really. It was just Formula One since a kid. I remember watching the first Grand Prix 2004. I think I was 5 years old. It's the first time Formula One got introduction to China, and I was there every Grand Prix since then. So before I actually moved out of to Europe, so I really fell in love into this sport. Really about the speed, the noise of the engine back in the day. It gave me goosebumps. So I really felt that I want to be one of the 20 drivers, on the grid and racing at the world craziest or fastest cars. So that's kind of what made me had the dream when I had my first appearance into the Grand Prix.
And you already mentioned the Chinese Grand Prix, but there was any driver that you grew up watching that inspired you?
Fernando Alonso, pretty clear. Of course, first year I was watching, I had no driver to support because I don't know anyone, I don't know what's Formula One. But then
Yeah.
quickly, when I became interested in that, I was learning a lot, understanding a lot of sports, and also by then he was quickly became my idol because I was really happy because I supported him at end of the 2004 season, and then the next two seasons he won the championship
The
2 year in a
championships.
row. So I'm just impressed about his driving skills and was able to compete with Michael when Michael was at his best, of his career. So
Does Fernando knows?
yeah, he does.
Yeah.
We spent so many times together. I was together with him in the Young Drivers program while he was racing with Renault. So yeah, I had my first FP1 session in Austria, if you remember, in 2021. It was his car, so that's
Yeah.
quite a story. Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Dreams come true, actually.
Yes.
Um, Joe, is that true that you chose the number 24 to honor Kobe Bryant?
Yes. I kind of want to be like him, but in motorsports. Of course, I growing up have my favorite numbers, but unfortunately, it's been picked by other Formula One drivers, so I had no choice. So I want to really have a number has a meaning or inspiration for me because I don't want to just go for like a random number that I never use in my life. I want to be something that I've been, really looking up to, and that was Kobe since a kid watching a lot of NBA. So yeah, I really want to be taking honor of him. Also, having the mentality what he has this, into basketball, and for me, of course, to building up from there from racing.
Good. And from all this story, almost 2 years now in Formula One, how has been your experience so far?
It's been very, let's say, nice, exciting. Of course, a lot of hard work, uh, have to put in behind the scenes. I think it's definitely when I first reached my dream, it's so exciting, but also it makes you really nervous when you first, come into the paddock, meeting new people, also racing against, all these world champions. It felt like not real at the first two races, but then quickly you kind of get into the rhythm of how Formula One drive lifestyle is and how to compete every weekend, always traveling. And from my side, I really enjoy my experience. Of course, it's a tough sport, some year you can be having a very good package. You can be having such a great, let's say, season. Some years you have to suffering a little bit, trying to, understanding what went wrong, what you have to grow as a team together with the people. But I really felt the team spirit in this sport, and I enjoy it. I want to be here as long as I could, of course.
How has been working with a teammate as Valtteri? What's the best advice he has given you?
I would say in general it's being super chilled together. And also he helped me a lot because I heard a lot, let's say, nice words about him before I joined the team. And then people would say to me how nice he was until I really worked with him. And then I really appreciate what he's done to my first season, especially because he's given me a lot of information, not just to me, to the team. So he was kind of the lead of the team in my rookie season last year, and I just can learn off him, from his experience data. And I think one lap pace, he is still one of the strongest, at the last few years, beating Lewis few times, and I do feel that's something quite special. And yeah, he is still quite fast. So this year we definitely can be pushing each other along a lot more than what I was able to do last year. But yeah, he's been always open, transparent.
Good, good. We're heading to the American races. What's the race that excites you the most?
Oh, I mean, I would say Austin. I guess you want her Mexico, maybe, but
No, actually, I was expecting for you to say Vegas, but okay,
no,
Austin.
I
Why
go for
Austin?
Austin because it's still one of my favorite race in America is Austin. Still, I just feel the culture of motorsports is so high leveled in Austin. And when I first time go there, I didn't expect to be, so many people go there. They know so much about racing, about Formula One. And I just really enjoy this culture where the culture we have in Miami, I feel like it will be similar to Vegas, where it's like
Mm,
a massive show race, which is nice,
hmm
of course. And there is amazing location for drivers to be there. but I just feel the fans in Austin is always very special for me, and the place is super chilled for US culture. It's
Yeah.
like people just so chilled out there, and also the racetrack, I like it. So yeah, this is my favorite race, I think, coming.
Good. Now, changing gears, your mom is a fashion designer, right? And I don't know if it's that where the love for fashion comes from.
I mean, she does a little bit. She don't want to be mentioned too much about it, but she does that a little bit, like a kind of half hobby, half job when she was young. So
Okay.
uh, maybe that's why I like fashion. But of course, when I was a kid, she was buying me all the clothes to wear. But now I have my own ideas, my own like kind of way I want to be, and I do feel this interest is definitely related a little bit with her, and that's why everything people see me wearing these days is I don't have a, let's say, how do you say it? Somebody who choose my fits. Everything is done by just pure myself, which a lot of people like it, find it very attractive in terms of exciting for Thursday what I'm wearing. So yeah, I'm happy to be continuing that.
Good, good, good. I'm sure that one day you will have your own brand or something.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Good. Joe, we have a part in this podcast where our fans ask questions to us, to our guests. So I will ask you two questions from our fans, and then we are done. Tony asks us, what advice would you give to a girl that wishes to be in Formula One?
I would say it's definitely a very good dreams or good, let's say, target to have, because Formula One now is equally between male or a girl, because obviously we have even in racing, we have women's driving series that is performing, and with a lot of, let's say, woman has a dream to be maybe a test driver for Formula One team or something. So it definitely can come true, and I really felt, let's say, the girl or woman in this Formula One motorsports is being building up massively. So I think this is definitely something that every girl can still be pushing for, and they definitely can find a place in Formula One. It's so big in Formula One. There's a lot of, let's say, scenario of your own personality and own jobs you can really find.
Good. And Alfredo wants to know how was to get back in the car after your accident in Silverstone.
Was a little bit weird. Of course, it's kind of because it was so short. It's like 5 days after this crash on Sunday, I'm back in the car in Austria the next weekend. So I don't really have time to think about it, which was good. But I do feel I just want to be, finish the race, taking a little bit care at the start, because of course it wasn't my fault, but it was like one of the biggest shots I ever see, or for me at least, and also in these years in Formula One together, the recent few years. So yeah, lucky to be walked off, and no issues after. So
good, yeah. Well, Joe, thank you very much for your time. Good luck this weekend. We will see you soon in Austin, actually. So yeah, all the best.
thank you so much. Yeah, have a good one. Take care.
Adelantamiento de la carrera, porque combinó oportunismo con la habilidad.
Entusiasmo en el equipo tras los resultados de la